Hello everyone, welcome to the episodic discussion, this time on the Nintendo Gamecube. I'm Martin, but otherwise known as Psycho Ren or something, you know. And I'm gonna have people introduce themselves. So, Kama, what's up?
Yo, what's up, Martin?
Hey. Hades, how are you doing?
I'm doing alright, thanks for asking.
Sweet. Livy?
What the
Jesus.
fuck was that?
Oh my god! It's John Cena!
Da, da, da.
It's the GameCube! Alright, and last but probably least, hello Renegade.
You can fuck yourself.
So, anyone else have anything to say before we start here?
You know what? I have something to say.
Is someone going through a table right now?
I think most of us are going through tables right now.
Yeah,
don't
I
care.
agree with that statement.
It's great.
I agree with that
Fuck's sake,
statement.
Livy.
Faggot. What a
Hey.
faggot.
Oh, hi, Renegade.
Oh yeah, alright, fuck you too.
It's been a while since I came back.
Yeah, I know, bullet fucker. Now can we
Alright,
start
ladies,
to the
calm
first
down.
question?
Let's begin. Ladies, calm down. Let's begin.
All
Alright,
right.
I'm gonna start here. So, let's start this by, let's effectively break the ice and explain our first time experience with the purple lunchbox known as the Nintendo Gamecube. Alright.
It's really a purple lunchbox. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Listen here, you little shit. I have the lunchbox, but it's black.
Same
Oh, well, there
here.
you go.
I have the black one.
Silver, bitch.
Oh, wait. Drill beats up. Oh my god.
Da, 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 da.
Anyways, let's carry on here. So, anyone want to start explaining on how they first noticed the GameCube and their first memories with that shit and whatnot?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the first time we fucked a GameCube, Martin.
Let's
God
let's
damn it.
let's keep this PG, shall we, Kelma? All right. Let's see here.
Huh.
Alright, so I'll go first. My experience with the GameCube. Alright, so I didn't own the GameCube. My brother owned one, but I managed to play some solid games on there. I really enjoyed it. I played it like late in the game because I had a PS2 back then. Obviously, the PS2 had a lot of good like first party, third party games, but the GameCube was not bad itself. I remember playing a lot of Smash, getting into that. I found myself actually addicted to that game at one point, so it was pretty entertaining to play with my family and friends. So that's my first experience with the GameCube back then. I think I really started getting into it more when the Resident Evil games came out, and I played like Remake and Resident Evil 0, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't own one until like way later when I rebought the GameCube for like $30. So I have my silver lunchbox sitting right in front of me, and I really appreciate like the amount of quality and effort that went into this console over some other consoles that Nintendo has made. I do consider the GameCube to be superior in some ways to the Wii. So I really enjoyed it for what it was. So anyone else want to take the next one for this?
What for
GameCube.
experiences?
Yeah, experiences.
Yeah, how you first noticed it,
TV, too many TV ads, and apparently when it was down to $100, my family bought me one for Christmas.
Oh, that's sweet.
And yeah, I had a lot of fun with the GameCube. Unfortunately, I am the different thing with Ren. I didn't own a PS2 till later, but I had the GameCube. Better system.
I think I have the most boring one. I got it when I got it like way later, like after it was relevant, and I bought it for like $50.
Well, it could be
at a
worse.
pawn
You could
shop.
have an original Xbox and deal with the games on there. Even though it wasn't bad, I still think that the GameCube and PS2 had a better library, in my opinion.
No, Renegade, it could have been worse. You could have owned a Xbox One.
Oh, good lord, I can jump out the fucking window now then.
But
Alright,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I bought my GameCube at like a pawn shop, basically. $50. was like, yeah, that was it.
That's the same thing I did with my PS2.
Yes. You bought off a pawn shop, $50. And it came with a 007 game.
Mine didn't.
Oh.
My experience was a little bit different since I had a GameCube and a PS2. So while I had a lot of PS2 games, I mostly bought what I couldn't get on the PS2 on the GameCube, like the Sonic games or the Resident Evil remakes or Legend of Zelda, stuff like that. But it was a really good console and probably one of the best Nintendo consoles that ever existed, in my opinion. I even got like the Game Boy Advance adapter, so that way I could play Game Boy Advance games because there were a lot I wanted to play on there as well.
Sweet. Hades, you got anything?
My first experience with the GameCube, I think I got it for my birthday at some point, and I remember the first game I ever played on it was a game called I Ninja, and I didn't have a memory card, so I had to just beat it in one sitting, which I did.
Nice.
And it also came with that Legend of Zelda 4-pack, which I played a lot of Majora's Mask off of that for some reason. I don't know why I didn't play any of the other ones, but I really did like Majora's Mask for some reason.
Oh, the collector's pack.
Yeah, that came with like the first two plus Ocarina and Majora's Mask, and I think it had a demo for Wind Waker on it.
Oh, I actually got lucky about that because I found that in GameStop one day for $60 and I just bought it on a whim just because I knew I'd never find it again.
Actually, I'm fucking dumb because now that you reminded me of the 4-pack, I actually had a friend who had a GameCube like way back before he even got it, and when we were around his place, he did play the Zelda 4-pack a lot, so we used to play that.
You know what's funny? That 4-pack was the first time I ever played Majora's Mask, and I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was actually a way to get it for free because I think they gave it out as a pre-order for Wind Waker, so people just pre-ordered it and then just canceled it immediately.
Also,
At,
welcome,
at least here in America.
welcome, Gilby.
Well, yo.
Yes. Yes,
Bring
this
your
is
light.
Gilby. He's here.
Yeah, late introductions, but I'm finally here.
Yes. All right. And if we get Drillbit, do you have anything to add on this since you're here?
What was the topic so far?
How did you discover the GameCube?
I honestly just saw an ad in the paper that said they were going for like $30 at GameStop, so I just grabbed one with a couple games.
All right, sweet. Reminds me of Levy.
But yeah, I think I grabbed like I think I just grabbed games like Resident Evil 4 and Twilight Princess because I didn't own a Wii.
Sweet. All right. That was everyone, right?
Believe so.
All right, sweet. Let's move on here. All right. What's your favorite GameCube exclusives? There can be multiple choice. Only exclusives count. When it was launched with the GameCube, not today. So if it's launched with the GameCube, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be like back then. If it's multi-plat now, then obviously you can still say it's, exclusive.
Yeah, I mean that's a little tough.
Mine's is quick. Resident Evil Remake was great. And Resident Evil 0, I enjoyed that. I'm not going to count 4 because when it was ported, it was all over the place. So yeah, you can get that anywhere. But back then, those games were exclusive for a long time. And I really enjoyed everything that Remake had to offer in terms of reinventing the wheel for making everything completely like new while the game played exactly to the T with the original format. So I really enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. For Nintendo owners who kind of got a little shafted out in N64, there was a lot of Resident Evil love in the GameCube era.
Yeah, it was. I think that was honestly a big step up for them in terms of having a big-time exclusive like that for a series.
Like, I think all N64 had was the RE2 port, but they had to, make a lot of sacrifices to get it on there.
Mm.
They did. My favorite ones was Super Mario Sunshine remake as well, or remake.
Never played Sunshine, but I always wanted to for some reason.
It is great.
It was great until Galaxy took over.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think Galaxy's better. I firmly agree with that.
Yeah,
It's great, but some of the shines are a bitch to get.
Some in terms of the 3D Mario's, I'd probably say like it's obviously Galaxy is the best one, and then there's 64, and then Sunshine.
Yeah,
Not a bad
definitely.
game, but
I disagree about that because I kind of like Sunshine a lot more than Galaxy.
hell, for what it
Dim's
We might be
fighting
able to
words.
discuss that more later. But the last one, I don't know if it really counts as exclusive, but Twilight Princess specifically for the GameCube. No,
I mean, it launched for the Wii. Well, I think the Wii version launched first, and then the GameCube version came out a month later.
I honestly prefer the GameCube version for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
don't know
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I preferred it because having it mirrored on Wii kind of threw me off.
Isn't that the game with like Wolf Link?
Yes.
I remember
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game. A
That
lot of
game was
people were
really
saying it was great, but a lot of people were also like kind of nitpicking because it had this dark atmosphere that a lot of people weren't used to.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I liked it for what it was. I thought it was a great game.
Mhm.
Yeah, it kind of split people because honestly, it was just made to appease the people that thought that Wind Waker was too kiddie.
Kitty, yeah.
Yeah.
Too kiddie, but had the best final boss end ever.
It was mainly the art style people hated that people hated when it was first revealed for Wind Waker.
Well, all the cell shaded games. You look at Dragon Ball Z, that's cell shaded, but people love that.
Yeah, I think cell shading it really holds up like today in terms of graphics because like it remains timeless in terms of an art style. So I thought when I first saw Wind Waker, it really held up, and it still holds up today in terms of looking at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree with that.
Even with the HD remake, they didn't really do much with it aside from touching up the brightness a bit and
Mhm.
touching up the graphics, and it still looks really good,
Uh,
even
I,
in 1080p.
I have differences with that one, which I'll explain later.
All right.
If
So,
we're talking about like multi-console type games that first showed up on the GameCube, does that mean like we couldn't count like the Sonic Adventure games for those of us who didn't have a Dreamcast?
I wouldn't because I think it was on the Dreamcast first.
Yeah, it came out
It-
like 6 or 8 months before.
Yeah.
I would say the one that would count is like Tales of Symphonia because that was the GameCube first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
And-
know I'm gonna bring up Eternal Darkness, which is everybody's favorite exclusive, but
Oh, of
there's
course.
others.
I'm surprised in terms of dormant franchises. I don't understand why Nintendo hasn't brought it back yet.
yeah, we'll talk about that later too. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything?
My exclusives.
Sure. Go
I
ahead.
think we all have them.
Yeah, I really preferred Tales of Symphonia, Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, even though some people don't really care for that one that much.
I like that one a lot too.
I like
both-
Luigi's Mansion.
Both Pikmin games that came out, Mario Kart, Double Dash, the best Mario Kart.
Undisputed. Love Mario Kart Double Dash too.
Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and Wind Waker. Yeah, I like both versions actually, even though the quote unquote harder version is the GameCube version. Quote unquote.
Oh, it is?
Whenever they re-released Wind Waker for the Wii U, they added in a fast sail, which makes it easier, like more faster to sail across the sea. They changed the Triforce shards. Instead of you having to find all of them, you only had to find 3 in the ocean. The rest were like found in different places.
Yep.
So
yeah.
they made it easier for the HD version.
Oh yeah, and I remember like in the GameCube version of Wind Waker, you had to do all this shit for Tingle and everything just to get the Triforce maps.
No.
For what it is, they did cut down on the tedium.
Little Kalu, you fag.
And
Those are Tingle's
anyone else have
words, don't
any
steal.
favorite exclusives here? What about you, Mr. Hades?
Some of mine already got touched on with Eternal Darkness and Double Dash, but there's also the Beautiful Joe series, which is GameCube exclusive, I believe.
Oh
It
yeah, I
was-
forgot about that.
Was
It
it?
really,
It
The
was.
The first one was launched on GameCube first, and then the second one they made it multi-plat.
And then the Red Hot Rumble.
Which was based more off the
Smack.
anime. The one thing that really pisses me off is that we never got Beautiful Joe 3 when there was supposed to be one.
Because Clover Studio probably... It was because Clover Studio shut down.
Yeah, and
Sucks.
mainly because of Okami's poor sales.
Yeah, that really
That
sucks.
really sucks. Jesus,
Really
Okami was
sucks.
awesome.
Even though we got an HD
Ukami-
remake after.
Ukami was the best Zelda-like game we've ever gotten that wasn't from Nintendo.
Yeah, Okami, God Hand, and what else? Beautiful Joe. Those were great.
Yep.
Yeah. All by Clover Studio.
Mhm.
Let's see, what else did they make? I'm gonna do
Underrated
some-
superstars of the game industry there. But there's also, I believe the series was GameCube exclusive, but the Star Wars Rogue Squadron series, which was also really, really awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rogue
Both fighter
Squadron.
pilot battles, amazing.
Yeah.
Rogue Squadron was a Nintendo series.
Oh, I entirely forgot about that.
I did
I played
too.
a lot of 3, I believe, Rebel Strike. That's
I-
when they started introducing on the ground missions and stuff.
Like,
Still
the
pretty
funny
good
thing-
though.
The funny thing is, I was looking at Digital Foundry's videos for the launch titles, and it's really impressive. They got the game to look that good and run at 60 for a GameCube launch title.
Another one that I actually really enjoyed, Star Fox Assault.
I actually did like Star Fox Adventure despite how people hate that one.
This is the one with the dinosaur planet, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
made up language is really weird in that game. It just sounds like a bunch of sounds, and then they would add real names in there, which made no sense.
Crystal.
It sounds like
Yeah,
some
it was
alien bullshit.
It was like Al Bed in Final Fantasy X.
It's not like Tho Fam, which sounds like a real language to me. That was
Fine.
just like nonsense to me.
I remember Al Bed, where you had to get all the books just so you could understand what they're saying.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on to question number 3
Wait,
from Martin.
Oh
You can-
wait,
Yes.
Oh, let's
oh
do
wait,
it.
I
Let's
haven't
go.
actually haven't said my exclusives yet.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, obviously, the ones I really liked are the Nintendo ones, like Fire Emblem, Mario Kart,
Damn it.
Mario
Path of Radiance was good
Kart,
too.
and also Eternal Darkness. Path of Radiance is super underrated. It was like the first time I think we've gotten a console Fire Emblem game in like 10 years.
Yeah, and its sequel is hard to fucking find.
Yeah,
I actually forgot one.
I kind of wish they would have just remade them for Switch, but that's for another time.
What
Yes.
did you
Also,
forget,
also there's the Capcom titles; those are really good. Aside from maybe PN03.
I
That
thought
game
that was.
sucked.
I thought it
didn't
was
like it.
alright actually. I thought it was kind of underrated.
I didn't
Actually,
like it too
that's
much.
just me.
Yeah, I
Still-
mean, Mikami probably could have did better, in my opinion, and he kind of did with RE4, but yeah, that project was... I mean, it was ambitious, but it just didn't come off as really good, in my opinion.
I
Yeah,
remember there was
I
another
mean- Although at the same time, I kind of appreciate PNO3 because after that he did redeem himself by almost redoing it, and yeah, that game was called Vanquish.
Vanquish, yeah. Vanquish
Yeah.
is much better.
Oh,
Much
Vanquish is so good.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's clear that not all the Capcom the Capcom 5 were gold for the GameCube.
There was still one that didn't get put out, right? Like, it looked interesting. It looked like a Panzer Dragoon, I think.
Yeah,
No,
I
what
forgot
was
what
that
it-
game called? Dead something.
Dead something.
Dead
I
Phoenix.
forgot. Dead Phoenix, yeah.
Dead Phoenix, yes. There you go.
yeah. It was it pretty much was just Panzer Dragoon on the GameCube.
Looked interesting, though. I would have gave it a shot, honestly, if it came out.
There was one game I actually forgot.
I think at one point they said that Capcom tried to make it into a Kid Icarus title, but that fell through.
Like you said,
Yeah.
there's one game I actually forgot, and that was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Oh yeah,
No,
That
that,
was really
the first
good.
one was good.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was fun if you managed to get all the Game Boys.
Yeah, I never played that one because I heard like you needed like 4 people to actually play that shit.
You
Yeah.
could play with 2 people if you needed to, but it was a lot better with 4.
It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah, I was barely lucky to have one Game Boy. I couldn't find 3
Ah.
other people who owned a Game Boy.
Oh, damn it. There's one I missed too.
I mean, it wasn't hard finding 3 other people who had Game Boys. It was finding 3 people who actually bought the game.
That bought the game and also the cords with it.
Yep.
But there was
It
one
was
game I
fun. It was
missed.
really fun.
Oh,
There was also one
Yeah.
game I missed. That game was called Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life.
yeah. Oh yeah. There was also Killer 7. That was pretty weird.
Oh shit, I remember Killer 7. That's the weird game, like it's cell shaded, but you gotta shoot all these demons, right? And it's by I forget his name.
Suda 51.
51,
Yeah,
yeah.
the guys who did No More Heroes.
Yeah.
No More Heroes. Killer's dead.
Yeah, his style is always like weird and crazy, and it really has an appreciation to it if you really think about it.
He has appreciation for like Tarantino movies. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even like he does have a lot of love for like American films. I think like Travis was actually modeled after Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, from Jackass.
I wouldn't know about that.
God damn it! Now I can just imagine Johnny Knoxville holding, like, putting his hands on a anime poster and going away.
Welcome to Moe.
So basically, Travis is just Johnny Knoxville if he became a giant weeb.
Hi, I'm Travis Touchdown. Welcome to Jackass.
We're derailing so much. Let's move on here.
Yeah.
Which is weird because No More Heroes always came off like a Scott Pilgrim kind of thing.
Yeah, but let's
Yes.
move on to question
Yeah.
number 4. What are some of your...
Three.
That was
Oh,
3.
3, okay.
Yeah.
I need to mark
Even
these
if-
off.
Even if the
Please
even if the PS2 technically did the best during the 6th gen of consoles, where did the Nintendo GameCube personally rank for you over the Xbox and PS2?
I would put.
Oh,
I put it over
GameCube.
Xbox. Come on now.
No,
I
here's
don't
mine.
know.
Here's mine. I would put it above Xbox, but I wouldn't put PS2 on there because I didn't really get it until I didn't get the PS2 till I was in high school. So I put
Yeah.
GameCube over because that was the one system I kept playing too much.
Yeah,
the
to
thing
me,
is-
PS2 is the winner. It's no contest
Yeah,
there in terms of games.
undeniably, because they were just getting bombshell after bombshell after bombshell.
Yeah.
Like PS2 just kept getting all of the exclusives and all the unique titles.
Honestly,
Not
to
to-
me, I thought that the PS2 and the GameCube were equal, but Xbox was really crap back then.
And
And it depends. There
I
were some good games for the Xbox. I mean, Star Wars
Mainly
Republic Commando was one. Knights of the Old Republic.
I mean, after getting an Xbox recently, I kind of started to show some appreciation for it,
Yeah,
mainly
they-
because of all the quirky
Dude,
titles from Sega.
Yeah.
As much as this is the GameCube podcast, the original Xbox really did have some really interesting games.
Yeah,
I would have to
it
say
did,
that.
but it didn't have like enough, in my opinion. So that kind of made it falter out compared to the competition.
Actually, I would rank them like this: PS2 first, and then GameCube and Xbox on the same spot. Actually, I can't pick like, one or the other on that side actually because I do have memories of my friends having Xbox, and they had a lot of multiplayer games that were really good that we played together.
I
But the
remember.
GameCube had really good like single player exclusives that I really enjoyed. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm putting them side by side. There you go.
Super Monkey Ball and Fusion Frenzy were really fun games.
And
You know-
Halo 2 back in the day was. I mean, back
Oh
in
yeah,
the day,
Halo
it wasn't-
2. That was cool.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the
it
only
wasn't exactly-
Xbox exclusive that I actually would have made me buy an Xbox back in the day was Munch's Odyssey.
Hmm. Oh,
Oddworld
isn't that the
games,
game with the
man.
bounty hunter?
Oh yeah.
No, that's Stranger's
That's
Wrath.
Oddworld 3.
Oh,
The
Stranger's Wrath is the one with the bounty hunter.
The
Yeah,
one-
that's the one I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, that's the best one.
I love the
But yeah-
Oddworld series. So.
But yeah, in terms of ranking, it's PS2, GameCube, then Xbox. Though
Eh,
Xbox isn't
I
that
can
far
see that.
behind.
Nah, I still say that PS2 and GameCube were, practically equal. That's
The
just me.
problem with GameCube is that its third-party support was a little lacking compared to the competition.
Yeah, it kept
Mainly
getting
because
screwed,
of the-
especially by Capcom.
Well,
Main-
then again, they were still shady as shit even back then.
Yeah, but both had pretty good
actually-
games on them, though.
PS2
I mean,
got so many games that were like they were both third party, they were like first party, but then it was also like these like really shitty games. Anyway, they got a
really-
shitload of games. So,
It happens with every popular console. You're bound to get shovelware.
mhm.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Doesn't happen that often today though. It did happen a
No.
lot in the past.
Mainly
Well,
because
really
they've all
did.
mainly
If-
because they've all moved to mobile.
If you really, really love iOS games, then that's the tree for you.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
I think we can now move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's move on. Let's move on to 4 then. What were some of your favorite GameCube accessories?
I got nothing for that one.
The Donkey Kong bungas, I guess. Those were
Yeah,
pretty
boy.
fun.
I never got him. I know what you're talking about though. That shit was
Yeah.
funny.
I actually found them at a thrift store one for $5 and just decided to mess with them. They're
I don't know, I
they're
don't have-
actually pretty well made.
There was one accessory.
The only one
There's
I would say.
The one that let you connect your Game Boy was pretty cool.
The
Other than
Game
that-
Boy Advance
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that was. Oh no, I had one. Sorry. Now that I think about it, the Game Boy player.
Yeah. Didn't you need like the disc though to be able to make
Yeah,
it work?
you did. You did.
The
Lose the disc, you're fucked.
Wait, what, for the Game Boy player? Yeah, but I usually never lost my disc. Where I could actually play like Battle Network, because I wouldn't have been able to play Battle Network if not for the Game Boy player.
I mean, at the same time, losing the disc, I mean, you'd have to be like a really dumb kid.
yeah, or if you're
Yeah.
but that was probably the best thing to get if you were a GameCube owner.
Yeah, that was great. Renegade, do you have anything?
I have nothing.
Alright.
I mean, there was the microphone, but I never used that.
Yeah, and sometimes the thing.
I had that
wouldn't
shit for PS2 instead, SingStar. That was crap.
Remember the iToy?
I'll spare you the details of imagining me singing, so yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Remember the iToy?
Oh, I had that too, but that
No, we don't remember that.
But let's not discuss that right now.
Yeah.
All right, was that everything in terms of GameCube accessories?
Pretty much.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Let's move on to 5 then. Despite the GameCube having a plethora of multi-platform titles, being second most powerful compared to the Xbox and having sold first-party support, could you cite any gripes about the GameCube that hurt the console more than helped?
The lack of DVD. That's a really big one.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
One of the biggest selling points of the PS2 was that it was pretty much also a DVD player, and back then DVD players were super expensive because it was new tech.
It was not only that. Moving on from cartridges to CD, that was a good move. However, it also hurt them from the point of that there was no backwards compatibility in comparison to PS2. PS2, you could play PS1 games.
Yeah, and also, what was it for Xbox? They had like you could put music onto the Xbox.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Also, I would say early Ethernet being tested because the GameCube was the only one back then that didn't have it, so you couldn't play online with your friends.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the one console that really didn't have online until the Wii came out.
Yeah.
Didn't they have Phantasy Star on it?
I think so.
I think they did.
But yeah, Nintendo didn't really bother to test out online with the GameCube. I mean, they could have done it. I mean, having Mario Kart with online could have been a big selling point if they actually did go with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they had third-party support, but I mean, we discussed it earlier. They had a lack of it in comparison to both Xbox and PS2.
Yeah, it was the same problem with today, where they were getting like late ports or not, most of the big titles were getting missed out on it.
The sad thing is that, like, because I had a PS2, like, I didn't really care that the GameCube didn't have a DVD thing on it. But I do agree that, online definitely hurt it since it was definitely becoming a big thing at that point.
Yeah.
But then again, like, Nintendo still makes that mistake even today and everything.
Sadly, yes.
They're getting better at it, though. It is small baby steps.
I do personally think that buying an Ethernet, like, not attached to the console is pretty dumb.
Yep. Can't argue with that.
Also,
All right. What's that? All?
well, there was also the design. Not a lot of most people just called it like a purple lunchbox.
I didn't mind how it looked, really. I really didn't mind.
I agree. I didn't mind that either. I actually thought it was rather cool, actually, because you could pick it up and move it around very easily. Actually, I thought that design was not a problem at all, actually.
Yeah, and
Wait,
there's
people
the
actually
handle in the back.
People actually called it that, though?
Yes, they did. They did.
I thought that was just a joke you guys were saying for this podcast.
Oh, no, it is true.
I mean, it does look like a purple lunchbox.
A lot of people I knew called it just a purple lunchbox.
I just call it the box of wonders.
I don't know though. I really do like the design myself. It's just yeah, I don't know. Not a lot of people did like it. I don't think so.
Well, put it this way: when it comes to design, with the PS2, it was kind of small, and you can actually put it somewhere, and it wouldn't take that much space. Same with GameCube, except it was kind of a little bit bulky. But as compared to the Xbox, it's kind of smaller.
Yeah, Xbox.
At least with the PS2 had the slim models.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning by it was smaller and you could have more room.
It's funny because Xbox is the biggest one today too. I think
it's also
Xbox One.
I think the main reason for the size was because of the fact they were using like PC tech in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
What is the worst game that you had to experience with on the GameCube? Multiple choices. I can't talk on this subject at all because considering I got it fairly late, I never once picked a bad game on that machine. So I
have one, but it wasn't because it was a bad game. It was because I was having problems with it. And that was Mario Party 5.
Mario Party?
Okay, let me explain. When I got the game, they told me the game would work, and they fixed it. I was like, all right, it works. I'm gonna try playing it, probably see if it does work. Like 10 minutes later, cannot read disc.
Wow.
And it's like, fuck you.
There's only one game that I played, and it's not a bad game, but it is disappointing compared to the original, and that is Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. I had some issues with that remake. Like, number one, the controls were weird. Number two, they changed the music. And number three, some of the alterations to the cutscenes and Snake doing backflips all fucking missiles. I didn't like it too much.
It's like, motherfucker, he ain't riding.
It's like he's like a superhero now compared to the original, which was more grounded.
Oh god damn it. So he became Superman?
Yeah, something like that.
So whoever thought they would have made Solid Snake as Superman, they need to sit in the fucking corner.
I mean,
Superman, it's a dumbass fucking hero.
I mean, the cutscenes are cool, but it's just not as gripping as the original.
Yeah, the original one had a better story.
If they fix the controls and the cutscenes and the music, I mean, it would be a great game actually.
Yeah, because it played just like MGS2, which is great gameplay.
Oh yeah, it was great.
For what it is, they just remade the first game in the MGS2 engine, which is pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, Solid Snake being super like that, heaven forbid he didn't take out a tank with freaking grenades.
I remember some complaints about the MGS2 changes kind of breaking the game because of you being able to go into first person. Which makes
Ocelot's
sections a lot easier.
Yeah, Ocelot's fight is a lot easier compared to the original.
I don't know, because him backflipping off of missiles doesn't really bug me because Snake is like a super soldier kind of person. I just don't see the problem with
I
that.
mean, he's a super soldier, but he did not do any of that in the original. And in the other games, like Metal Gear Solid 4, he's old, so he can barely do anything.
Yeah, but I doubt that the PS1 could have been able to do that, though.
The only ridiculous
let's
scene
not
I saw
go
the
this
tank
far.
scene. I mean, yeah, let's not go too far into it, but there's some ridiculous scenes in the first. It's just not impactful in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah, I get you.
And
Or
let's
it's
have like a stinker of a game that you really wanna-
A really bad one. Can't really.
Oh, I can think of one. It's one where you have to play the same stages like 70 times just to get the true ending, and it makes all 10 scenarios never happen in the first place.
Go ahead.
It's called Shadow the Hedgehog.
Ugh.
That wasn't exclusive, but
No.
did you
It
play
was
it
on the
there?
game.
No,
GameCube.
but it was on the GameCube. Yeah.
Yeah, did you play it on there, comma?
Yeah, I played it on the GameCube. I
Oh,
played all the
Jesus
Sonic games on the
Christ.
GameCube.
Yeah, I heard some called me Johnny rant about that and say how stupid that really was. So I was like, yeah, I believe it.
Trying to
was
make
like-
Sonic Extreme in general is a really stupid thing to
it
do.
really-
Like, we'll have him curse and he's gonna shoot guns and shit. Why not? You know?
I
No,
mean,
it's like who is that? Who is that? Sonic? No, that's Shadow. That's his retarded brother who thinks he's edgy. He
Silver.
swears he smokes weed. He's the perfect rebel.
yeah, he's not Sonic's brother. He's the Vegeta of the Sonic universe.
I know. It's something that Sonic Team would fucking say.
Wasn't that a
Shadow
selling
light up a
point?
joint.
Like Shadow having guns, wasn't that a selling point?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Basically,
didn't think
yeah.
it was. I actually didn't mind that. I actually thought it was kind of cool. Like back when I was a kid. Looking back on it, I was a shit kid.
Oh, trust
that
me.
that
I
might
thought-
explain it.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. I thought Bubsy was a great game as a kid. Then I got older and I slapped myself in the face, realizing that I'm a dumbass.
But
Wait,
what
wait,
could
wait,
possibly
what
go
one?
wrong?
What one?
The first one.
Oh no.
Those are just
Hey.
like a misguided platformer. I don't think the first two are terrible. 3D, yeah.
Go
3D is a
wrong.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Kind of off-topic question, Livy. Are you looking forward to the new one?
You fuckers want me to play it anyway. It's like some of you say yes, and the rest of you are fucking sadistic.
do
Gift
it.
them the game. Just do it.
And then, like, I think at least 10% of the votes were like, no, save your sanity, but the rest of you are sadistic and say, kill yourself over the game. Moving on.
I could give a shit about Bubsy, actually.
All right. No one else have a bad game, I assume.
I can
Yeah.
throw two more in, but I'm not
Absolutely.
sure if they're GameCube exclusives, but there's the Charlie's Angels game that's on GameCube
It
that's
was-
really fucking bad.
Oh,
Well, it
Jesus
was
God.
exclusive. It was exclusive here in the West. I think in Europe it got a PS2 port.
Wait, there was a Charlie's Angel game?
It was
Yeah.
for the movie that came out in like the 2000s.
Oh.
awful.
I know another one.
Yeah, it fucking.
The Aquaman game.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that one up too.
Oh,
Battle for
I
Atlantis.
remember that one. I remember XBlade gave it such a low fucking score.
Oh
because-
yeah, I saw that review. Oh my fucking god, Aquaman sucked.
They named their bad game awards ceremony after that, the Golden Mullet.
That
I
was
loved
a dark.
X-Men back in the day.
That was a dark time for DC fans because most of the time they were just crap games.
And it's the release. Look at your movies. Haha.
No, it's like you know what's fucking hilarious? It's like back then DC they had some decent games like for like Super Nintendo and all of that, but then when they moved to 3D, it was terrible until Batman Arkham Asylum came in. It's like, hey, fuck all those games. This one's better.
Well, that's because Batman's the only one that doesn't fly and shit.
No, but here's the other thing that makes it hilarious. Even though the games were terrible back then, the movies were good.
True.
Yeah.
Now
But
it's the games are good, but the fucking movies are terrible.
Then again,
Well,
with Batman and Robin, it's
change.
debatable.
It is weird
Well,
how things change.
But we are getting a little off topic here.
Yeah,
true.
we are.
Oh, hey, we were talking about the worst things we experienced.
Let's move on before I shoot myself. All right.
Bubsy lover.
All right. Number 7. Fuck you. Number 7. What was your favorite GameCube color, and how do you feel about the component cable for the GameCube that gives better picture quality, being so expensive these days?
Black, just because that was the one I have.
Black, because that's the one I have as well.
And the component cables, I don't understand why they're so expensive. I mean, how long has it been since the Nintendo has stopped making production for the GameCube? Like about 10 years?
Yeah.
Maybe 11?
The thing is that
a third-party company is making
nope,
less.
they never. The thing is with the GameCube component cables, you could only get them at the Nintendo store online, and there was never any third-party versions, which led to them being
What?
insanely expensive.
That not only expensive, but incredibly rare.
Yeah, it sounds like they are rare now, so that's the reason why the value of the price went up like so fucking much. But my favorite color was black or silver. Those are the ones that I.
Holy Moses!
What? What the fuck? What the fuck, Martin?
$350.
Oh, you saw the price. Okay, yeah.
I just had them running in progressive scan on the Wii.
Holy
and
Shadow Moses!
for what it is, the progressive scan does make the games look really nice, like on Fire Emblem and Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
But
Go ahead.
But it's not worth that price to go through all that trouble.
Yeah, my recommendation is to get a Wii and get the component cables and try to make sure you get a backwards compatible Wii. It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck would people like sell one of their kidneys just to get the fucking component cable?
I have no clue. I see that price. I see it.
Martin?
I see it.
No,
Jesus.
Martin. Okay, I'm looking at the price too. The cheapest one is $320, but it's probably terrible. But here's the thing, though. I see Japanese art or Japanese letters. Does it actually work with the GameCube though? Like the ones for America?
It would.
Okay. Oh, right. Because that was back when Nintendo wasn't stupid and region locked everything.
Well, GameCube games were region lock unless you used a free loader.
Regular audio and video cable, though. $6.
I mean, I had the purple one, so I can't exactly say what my favorite color was outside of that. But I thought the purple one looked kind of nice.
Did you guys already talk about the different colors for the GameCube?
I'll say this.
I did.
There was one, I think. Wait, hold on. Let me find
Sorry
a
about that.
picture of this.
I'm a silver man myself for GameCube. I did like orange a lot though, but I like orange as a color.
use.
So.
Spice orange or the aqua blue ones?
No.
They had a
Once you
bunch
go-
of limited colors too, didn't they? I
Yeah.
just don't remember what ones they
They had
had.
a
Let me look.
bundle with Wind Waker that was limited
Let me
edition,
see.
and it came with a silver GameCube.
No, but here's the thing. The reason why I picked black is like once you go black, you never go back.
Get the fuck out.
Wow.
Hey,
That's fucking
Hey.
fun.
hey, black was always my color for every console except for the PSP because I got the God of War one.
What are you, edgy?
I'm edgy. No, if I was edgy, I would be dressing up as Kratos, saying, "I'll kill you, fucking Ares."
Man, like GameCube is probably tied with PSP in terms of the console with the most the most different colors.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's hilarious? I love how nowadays, I know it's going back to colors, but now they're bringing back like GameCube controllers because of Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool. I actually bought one because my old GameCube controller was dying, and it works with my GameCube. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
because-
good
and-
having backwards
I-
compatibility. That's,
and I prefer those because they actually have longer cables, so it makes playing on the GameCube easier.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, that's it though.
Shame
I
you
got
don't work
nothing.
with Smash on the Wii U though, but that's another topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's for another day.
All right. Was that everything?
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Sweet. What is the most underrated title you played on the GameCube that is criminally overlooked and that a lot of people might not have known about, but you enjoyed playing it?
Besides that one, Chibi Robo, Bait and Kaidos, and Battalion Wars. And maybe this was already I think people have heard this one, but it was a Dreamcast game, Skies of Arcadia Legends.
Yeah, that one's amazing.
Better version, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I like the Dreamcast version, but having frequent random battles just got tiring after a while, especially when you're going to a new area.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they cut that down.
I thought Geist was interesting. The fact that you can have this first person shooter and possess like people's bodies and shit. I thought that was pretty cool. That's the only one I could really think of though.
I mean, I can only really think of Eternal Darkness. Really, if it even counts as underrated.
But it's the title that everyone brings up though.
It's still underrated in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say so because they didn't get a sequel like at all.
Even though they had like a Kickstarter saying, "Hey, this is the sequel to it," but it didn't go through.
I'll say so because now it's a cult classic, but back then not a lot of people knew about it.
I'd prefer.
Yeah.
It just fucked with your mind like it fucked with your game too.
Yeah, it's not as cool now.
Like Castlevania.
It's not as cool now because because of everyone moving to HD. There was a pretty cool hallucination where it would make you think that it changed your channel, but if you're on an HD TV, it doesn't work.
My favorite one was the one where they made it seem like they erased your save data.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah, that was my favorite. Like people must have been like flipping out and shit.
Oh, I know another title that was multi-plat, but it was very underrated. That was also for GameCube. That was called Metal Arms.
Glitch in the system, yeah.
Yeah. That game came as a complete surprise. I saw an EGM ad for it, and I was like, "This game looks fun. $20." Played it.
Yeah.
Kicked my ass.
There was another really cool one called Lost Kingdoms from Software. It was like a kind of action RPG game where you use cards to battle. So I guess kind of like Phantom Dust.
Like Cold Set? Yeah, Bait and Cold Set.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool, though, since, the GameCube didn't really have that many RPGs on the system.
Makes sense.
Dark Souls, the TCG.
Yeah, PS2 really had a lot of RPGs compared to,
Xbox
really
and
good
GameCube.
RPGs compared to Xbox and GameCube, yeah. GameCube was more like single-player story-driven, or that was GameCube. Single-player story-driven games, while Xbox had a shitload of multiplayer games.
I think another good game was Billy Hatcher.
Billy Hatcher.
And the giant egg, man.
It wasn't bad. It was okay.
The only...
But it could have been better.
The only GameCube game that I can think of that I wouldn't mind seeing another incarnation of, I don't know if it's like a rose-tinted glasses thing since I played it as a kid, but they had a game called Custom Robo on GameCube that was really, really awesome.
I wanted that game so fucking bad, but they made a game for the DS and it was bad.
I mean, I haven't played it since I was a kid, so it might just be like rose-tinted glasses, like I said, but I liked it because you had your robots and you could slot different equipment into them, so you could have missile launchers and flamethrowers and stuff. Really, really fun game to play.
Yeah, that was one. That was actually a really fun game. Now, I think they have one for the 3DS. I don't think it's made by the same people, but it's called Little Battlers Experience, where you can do the same thing.
I'm going to check that out then. Haven't really had a game similar to Custom Robo in a long, long time for me, at least.
Yeah, 3DS. I think it's made by Level 5, the same people behind Dark Cloud and Neo Kuni.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, let's move on, shall we?
All right.
How would you rank the GameCube compared to the other Nintendo platforms?
We kind of answered this already a little bit previously. For me personally, it's the PlayStation 2 first, then the GameCube, then the Xbox. I think the GameCube had a lot of good games back then.
This is strictly Nintendo.
Oh,
yeah,
strictly
like
Nintendo?
if you compare NES,
you broke the dog.
No.
Okay, let me start this one.
Martin, first off, shut the fuck up. And second off, I just saw this and I did not own any other Nintendo platforms outside of the Wii, so you can hold that low, sir.
I can
Now,
answer that.
now ranking
Ooh.
them personally, I would say the GameCube is still better. So that's my answer.
I disagree.
I
if
only
they-
played a few games on the Wii, but No More Heroes was great. That's the only one I really owned.
No, I was gonna say like if I had to say like my personal thing from the bottom, the Switch. Just because it doesn't have that many games out there. There's a lot of people having problems with it.
The thing is, the Switch is still in its infancy.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting it on the very bottom. Then it's the NES, the N64, the Wii and Wii U are together for like third because backwards compatible and all that.
Yeah, the Switch has a lot to prove, so that would definitely be bottom.
Yeah. Then GameCube, and then the number one console I had the most nostalgia for is the Super Nintendo.
I'll say this.
Nintendo would be top tier.
I'll probably rank all Nintendo's consoles based on that the previous one was better. So Switch is being worst. Wii afterwards, slowly going up there. Then like Wii U, Wii, then GameCube, N64. But then just on that last bit, NES and then Super Nintendo, because I think Super Nintendo is the best one.
Super Nintendo had more games. It had a lot. If they tell you the Super Nintendo, they will go to great detail their nostalgia for Final Fantasy III, aka 6, Mario RPG, Mario World, that type of thing.
Mega Man X.
Honestly, I would, if I was going to rank it like that, I would put the N64 much higher because I think they had a lot more appealing games to me back then compared to the NES, Super NES.
It was more appealing if you like couch co-op games.
Yeah.
Same people say with the Super Nintendo as well.
Yeah, but there's a lot of games on Super Nintendo I just prefer over NES or 64.
Honestly, well, there are NES games that I liked. I was more of a Sega Genesis person when it came to the NES. I felt like the SNES is where Nintendo started to make their stride and everything, because you did have a bigger library of better games to play.
Like Killer Instinct and Donkey Kong Country.
Yep. But then, I feel like the peak was the GameCube, and then everything after the GameCube was completely downhill. Just one big slope downhill.
I mean, I'd argue with the Wii because we did get Galaxy and a bunch of other good games on there.
Oh, fuck that. Skyward Sword is the worst Zelda I ever fucking played, because fuck motion controls.
I really like Skyward. I really like Skyward Sword.
Oh, we
I
need
don't know,
that
Wanda
one-on-one
Gamelan's still
sword
out there.
action and shit.
I don't know. I haven't played Skyward Sword, so I don't have an opinion.
I played it. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Out of all the motion controls games, it certainly worked.
So, yeah, there was another game for it that really worked well, Red Steel 2.
And arguably, I didn't like Metroid Prime 3 having motion controls either. I'd rather would have used a GameCube controller for that.
That is the only Prime game I have not played.
Yeah, I mean,
I really need to probably check it out, but it's the only one I haven't touched.
People say it's good because the motion controls give you better aim, but I disagree with that. I think that the controller was way better. The GameCube controller would have been way better.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer the controller over the Wiimote any day, so I went out and bought the classic controller, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they let you play with a classic controller for Prime 3, I believe.
Oh, then that sucks.
That sucks, yeah.
But
yeah, was that
it? But anyways, for me, I'd just rank it SNES, then GameCube, then N64, and then everything else.
NES was lit though.
Yeah, well, yeah. There is a lot of great classics on the NES, though. It's probably the one console I have the least experience with.
Look, Super Mario 3. That's all you really need.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, Super Mario Brothers 3 is the best game that ever lived, you know?
That game is great. Check it out if you haven't.
No. Super Mario Brothers 2. That's the best one.
Look, you're fucking
the localized
now.
American one.
You mean from that, like,
Super
Doki
Mario
Doki?
Brothers 2.
It was like
Yeah.
a reskin game for fucking.
Yeah, Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, Doki Doki Panic.
Yes. Super Mario Bros. 2.
Oh my god.
This is a video game donkey joke, by the way.
Oh fuck you.
No, when I was saying that Super Mario Bros. 3 was the best game ever, I was totally referencing Movie Bob. So,
Are we still on number 9?
We're about to be on number 10 now.
Okay, glad I came back with my coffee.
Oh, it's sweet. Enjoy your coffee, man.
All right, Martin, move on
Let's
to number
move
10.
Yes,
God damn it.
let's move on. Considering how we talked a lot about preserving games on a digital store, do you think Nintendo will do a serviceable job putting any GameCube titles on the virtual consoles, as it was mentioned in passing on the first Nintendo Switch presentation? I mean, I don't know. Let's hope. There's a lot of fucking good games on there.
It
I mean,
remains to
yeah.
be seen.
If they do this, sorry, go ahead.
No, I
Make
was gonna
it.
say the GameCube Virtual Console's just sitting on a pile of money. There's so many titles you can put on it.
Yeah.
Mainly the Fire Emblem games, Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion.
Here's what I think they should do. They should do the same thing that Sony did with PS2 to PS4, like upscale the resolution a little bit to make it look nicer, and then sell it for at a reasonable price.
Yeah, none of that $15 to $20 bullshit. That's just insane.
I have a weird feeling that they are going to probably make more retro consoles like the NES Mini and probably milk that before they ever like put more on the virtual console, because even though both of them are money makers, I think they might see that success of the NES Mini first, and they might do like, oh, SNES Mini, and then they could do something like maybe Nintendo 64 or GameCube Minis, and then once that sells, they can move on to the virtual console. So I think they might just milk that first as a console idea, and then move on to the virtual stuff.
As kind of like an off-topic thing.
Mhm.
SNES Mini, I will play the shit out of that. Just put some good games on there, and I'll play the shit out of it.
Same.
Basically, just put Donkey Kong Country Trilogy, Mega Man X on it, and then it's good to go.
Yeah.
that was the problem with the
Also,
NES
Final
Mini, though.
Fantasy.
That was the problem with the NES Mini, though, is that they didn't put a lot of games that people liked on it. And I thought they were already thinking of making an SNES Mini.
Yeah, I mean, even though they didn't put a lot on there, it's still a gold mine, so they probably might milk it.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? They probably will make an NES Mini too.
It's a shame because even with the NES Mini, like, you would have just been better off just getting like a freaking emulator, because you would have gotten all the games in.
It's the best alternative if you want like a plug and play.
I mean, yeah, if you want a legit way, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. Is that all our thoughts?
I think
maybe he's muted himself drinking coffee, probably.
I think like backwards compatibility is a really obvious thing to be doing these days, because like it was mentioned, they are really sitting on a gold mine. And when it comes to like older GameCube games, like I don't want to have to rely on emulation if I want to play like Beautiful Joe or Eternal Darkness, because it's not perfect. And all that, because there's so much good stuff that was on the GameCube. I would like a new like Rogue Squadron, or like an HD remake of Rogue Squadron showing up. That would be really nice, but they're gonna sit on it, I think.
Though I do want the Fire Emblem games on it. I am kind of torn between just having the regular version on it or just them remaking it in HD.
All right, should we move on?
Yeah, we can, unless the coffee drinker has anything to say.
All right, what's up?
Levy the coffee man.
On this question of virtual
backwards
console.
Oh, right. I think I already mentioned that. I already mentioned that if they did the PS2 to PS4, like upscale resolution and all that. But also what would be good is that if you had games originally, that you could just get a discount for it like they did originally.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And if they price it reasonably, like I wouldn't mind paying $15 for some of them. In some instances, it's a good idea.
Yeah, like obviously the Fire Emblem games, since they're extremely rare now.
Yeah,
Over
I
that,
would
that's
say like,
yeah.
oh no, trust me, the first Fire Emblem for the game for the consoles, it was not as expensive as Radiant fucking Dawn.
How much
Yeah.
is that? Jesus Christ.
Right? You want me to
Hang
look
on.
this up for you on Amazon? I will real quick.
Yeah.
Hang on. Like I think with
Right.
Path of Radiance, I had to pay like
Oh,
90
Jesus.
bucks for a copy.
Fucking
paid-
hell. 90
paid-
bucks?
I paid $20 for Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Oh yeah, you wanted to hear something funny? At least you didn't pay $120 for Xenoblade.
Oh.
I bought. Like I
But that
got
was-
lucky with that. I got lucky with that and just bought a copy off somebody else for like 40.
But here's the thing, though. That was back when it was only at GameStop, and they did not have any more copies. So that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, Radiant Dawn, brand new, almost $100.
That's
Yeah.
weird. Oh, I mean, that's weird considering
Those-
Nintendo started to reprint more.
Those rare games, they sound really expensive. So the virtual
But-
console will really help in that regard.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that game, Dokapon Kingdom for the Wii, very hard to find.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can move on, Martin.
Yes. How do you feel about the jump of quality in terms of games to performance from the N64 to the Nintendo GameCube?
It's like night and day, honestly.
It really is.
Because
Yeah.
when you look at Smash 64 and then Melee, it's pretty breathtaking.
Mario 64 to Mario Sunshine, Paper Mario to the sequel. It's definitely improved.
I mean, Nintendo did really step up their tech game with the GameCube.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will agree with that. Same with its games, though. Like, there's sometimes I rather go back to play games like, what was it? Like Paper Mario. I still play the first one, but I still love the sequel better. Like, everyone has that, wherever you just, like, you play a certain game on the next console, but you go back to the previous one just to play another game.
Yeah, I think Nintendo, they perfected the controller for the GameCube as opposed to the N64 where it's a UFO once again.
Most
The graphics?
people I... Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
I was
I
going to say, go ahead.
I was gonna say most people I knew just called it the claw.
Yeah, the claw. So the graphics, yeah, night and day looking at an N64 game, even though they were really fun to play, the graphics were not that great compared to the GameCube, so of course, night and day. Gameplay wise, I think the GameCube did have a lot of standout titles. But I kind of equal it with the N64 because the N64 also has some really great games I love playing, like Jet Force Gemini, and what else I played on there? Killer Instinct Gold, that was also amazing.
What was another one? Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, that was also great. And I think Donkey Kong 64 was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I didn't like the whole controller rumble thing, but it got on my nerves after a while. But I eventually got one and sorted that rumble pack thing out.
What was another one? Ocarina of Time was another one.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon
Conker's
Stadium.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
didn't they remake
they're-
fucking Conker?
They
They
did for the
did.
Xbox.
Yeah, it was called
Yeah.
Live and Reloaded, and it was bad because they censored the game a little bit,
They censored the game.
and they gave him pants.
Yeah.
Why would you give Conker
They censored the game more than the N64 game, but that's for another topic.
Yeah, it is.
No, but I mean, like, Pokemon Stadium was a good game back for the N64 at least.
Well, I was going to
There's
say,
wasn't there Pokemon Coliseum?
Yes, I
Yeah.
own that.
I was going to say with Conker's Bad Fur Day, they actually brought back the N64 one for the rare replay for the Xbox One.
Nice.
All right,
Which I own that one.
All right, let's go. More
Let's move on.
topics. All right.
more topics.
Yes.
Let's see here.
More
Have you
topics,
played
more
on the
coffee.
Dolphin emulator on PC? What do you think about it?
No.
And what would you like to see done for the future of GameCube emulation? I have used it actually. I think it's really good. I think it's on par with shit like other emulators.
Dolphin is great because it's the first, I think, emulator that really supports like the online to play with other people and shit. The other one's it's really wishy-washy in terms of performance.
Yeah, like the thing is that it's the most PC friendly of the two, mainly because with PS2, it's not going to be perfect with every game, and there's going to be performance issues, and that's if you have a pretty good high-end PC.
As someone that emulates PS2 games a lot, yeah, I can agree with you on that. The Dolphin emulator is much more stable in comparison to something like the PS2 emulator. Granted, the PS2 emulator is still like almost on par there. It has grown so well over the past few years. All right. Anyone else?
I got nothing because I never used the Dolphin.
I can add on a bit.
All right.
Unless someone else wanted to go before me real quick. But I've used the Dolphin a lot because I think it actually is a really good emulator. I do get some problems with certain games. Like when I tried to emulate Eternal Darkness, it chugged pretty hard at times. But overall, it's a really nice emulator. Plus, it's also bringing back Tatsunoko versus Capcom via NetPlay, which is a really, really nice fighting game that was very overlooked on Wii because it was only on Wii. So it's also really good.
It's great how you can actually have online for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. All right, was that everyone?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, sweet. So, if you could revive one specific GameCube intellectual property that is in a continuing franchise from the GameCube era, what would it be? I think the elephant in the room is probably Eternal Darkness, because we mentioned it a lot.
Would love to have it back.
Yeah.
The thing is, we need more horror games, and Eternal Darkness would probably be the game to bring back.
That is
More
Super
unique
Mario
horror.
Brothers 2. No, I'm kidding.
I would just want it back just for like another unique horror game. You know, I'm getting tired of just like the constant slew of FPS horror games that just keeps coming out and coming out. I want to go back to that era, which is much nicer.
As long as they don't put it in first person.
No, and part of the appeal of Eternal Darkness, it kind of works a lot better in third person compared to first person.
Plus, its combat system was actually like really, really good. Like that's one of the things I don't see talked about with Eternal Darkness a lot. Like the melee targeting system is actually really, really nice.
Yeah, like how you can disable the enemy's legs or their arms.
Mm-hmm.
So like Dead Space.
Yep.
Can it be a game that didn't really get any more games afterwards, but it got like one or two games like on a different system?
Yes, it can.
I want to say Battalion Wars. Because Battalion Wars was like the console version of Advance Wars, which was really good. I only say that because I'm really into tactical RPGs or tactical games. Or why don't they remaster Billy Hatcher?
I remember that game as an advert. I haven't played it, but I do remember people talking about it. I'm not sure if it was great, but it sounds like it.
Let me look up the reception for it really quick. I know you're going to be hearing.
Isn't it Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg?
Yeah, it was made by Sega. It was actually it was developed by the Sonic team actually.
Oh, really?
Interesting. A couple of years ago, I'd say Twilight Princess, but they actually remastered it, so I got nothing.
You got your wish?
Yeah.
Yep, I got my wish. Fuck all of you.
Okay, Billy Hatcher and Giant Egg, it got mixed to positive. Like Metacritic has a 71 out of 100.
So it seems like average.
And you know what? I really want that to come out. I want them to either remaster and make another game for it. If people say no and that it will not happen, I'll be like, come on, they're making Bubsy 4 for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah, that's a... Well, you could look at that in an assortment of different ways. But for me, yeah, they're making a bad game, and all the other games like Mega Man are dead, so there you go.
Yeah, all the good games are dying, or all the games that should come back are dying. It's replaced by a game that should have been dead years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Dead on arrival. But I would want them to make a Mega Man X Command Mission, another one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first game a lot. The mechanics that you can use to fight the bosses, power up and put on your armor and do special moves. It was one of those... Go ahead.
Wasn't that a tactical game?
It was turn-based, I believe.
Oh, turn-based. Oh, it was a turn-based RPG.
Yeah.
But Mega Man X Command Mission, I thought you meant like the remake of Mega Man X1. I remember a lot of purists didn't like that one.
That was on PSP, I believe, not on GameCube.
Wait, which one?
The Mega Man X Maverick Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually owned that one. That one it wasn't too bad, but I thought Mega Man Powered Up was better.
No, let me correct myself. I think it was Maverick Hunter X, I believe.
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Close enough. Oh, excuse me. This coming from someone that's not a purist. Crucify me, you sadists.
Oh, I had some other thoughts. I was like, what if they remade RE0 and remake? Oh shit, that happened.
Yeah, that happened already, so that doesn't count.
Okay, here's one that I want them to do again. Because I feel like as soon as the GameCube version came out, as soon as that one came out, the rest of it died off when it came to it. I want them to make a Paper Mario game that had the original fucking gameplay.
So you mean like old school Paper Mario, like on turn-based?
Turn-based. You could do action commands. You level up for fucking once.
Yeah, didn't they turn Paper Mario into a platformer?
They did with Super Paper Mario, but at least with that one, you could level up. But then after that,
it turns to shit.
After that Sticker Star, they ruined it. Yep. That was the one game I can say I'm disappointed with.
Yeah, the only one.
Color Splash, I can forgive a little bit because I love its aesthetic. The humor for it was great. The writing for it, not as good as the other ones, but still just as better, as poignant. And visually, it looked cool.
I got
and you
fixed.
Is it Reslog?
But I
Reslog
would like for them just to remake like Beautiful Joe. That would be pretty good.
Well, they did do Okami HD and Okamiden, so it's possible.
We'll see.
Oh, Renegade had to be right back.
I would take Custom Robo, like I mentioned earlier. I really did like Custom Robo a lot. Unless I can nominate Soul Calibur 2, but that was multi-platform, so.
Well, then again, they already did an HD version of that, but they didn't put it for Wii U, so no link.
But basically, how about just bring back Soul Calibur? Except this time, actually give us the characters we want instead of reskins.
Or don't give us Lloyd Irving.
Lloyd Irving.
He was Wasn't he in the Wii Soul Calibur game?
Yeah, he was in Not Lost Swords. God damn, I keep forgetting the fucking name.
Just give him Link again. That was one of the best parts about the GameCube Soul Calibur. You got Link as a guest character.
And before Soul Calibur 6 just adds Corrin or Robin.
I do prefer.
Yes, it was called
2B.
I do prefer the PS2 version.
It was called Soul Calibur Legends.
Didn't you get like Darth Maul or something as a guest character?
No, Darth Maul. It was
Vader.
Darth Vader, Yoda, and Starkiller. And then later
on,
it really is that Starkiller name a lot, huh?
I would have thought they would have put Darth Maul in since he is like the most popular.
Shout out to Yoda's fucked up hate boxes.
You can't grab the little fucker. You cannot grab him.
I thought
whoever screamed in my apartment. Holy shit. Anyways,
I think the best guest characters for Soul Calibur was Link, Ezio, and Kratos.
What about Spawn?
Someone forgot Heihachi.
Hey, Heihachi's not bad, but he's Tekken, so it's like, I would have preferred someone else.
Yeah, but then again, it's like Tekken 7 with Akuma plays like Street Fighter.
Hey, speaking of which, they should put
that's
Akuma
hype. That's actually hype. Akuma in a Nintendo game beating up.
Just have someone not named Capcom make a Street Fighter game. How's that sound?
Or better yet, why doesn't Capcom just throw in the towel? Because hold the low for fucking Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Fuck you, Capcom.
Yes, preach. But we gotta move on to the next one.
Should we move on?
Yes. Shit on Capcom Hour. We can move on.
Go to my channel if you want to bitch about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yes.
Or better yet, tune in later.
Double plug, huh? I see how it is. Anyway, what do you think of the launch price of the console, which was $199 and 129 euros compared to the competition? Actually, a very reasonable or
Cheap.
price.
Cheap, you get a
It's
good
still cheap
console.
now, but at the same time, inflation. So, yeah, I don't know though. I think it's very reasonable.
Well, it was cheap. You got a good console out of it. You got really good, strong first-party support. Third-party support was meh, but at least you could have fun with it.
Looking back at it, it was probably worth it, in my opinion.
I mean, if it was like $300 now, I would still say the GameCube was more worth it than the Switch.
Yeah,
It's 270 right now if you
But
count
I-
for inflation.
but I will say for the Switch, I would just say wait a couple of more months till it gets off the ground.
Basically,
every console.
wait until Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
But then again, that's every console. Every console doesn't really have the best launch titles or the best lineup, but later on, it
gets
turns out
better.
to be really good.
Yeah.
It gets better. Look
might
at
as well wait.
PS4.
The
Like, look-
component cable is like with that price, you can buy like 3 GameCubes instead of that component cable.
Oh yeah, I just noticed
Or-
that.
Or better yet, you could buy a shitload of games.
Yes. What the fuck?
Or hell, you could buy a game, not a GameCube, but a Wii for cheap, along with the component cable for it.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
But yeah, it is a good thing that they made it cheaper than the competition. For what it was, the launch year they had for the GameCube was really solid. It just kind of started to wane down after that.
Yeah.
All right, so we can move on to the last question, which is number 15 here. What is your best
Yes.
memory from playing on the GameCube that you will always remember, which defined the experience for you? There's a lot. Smash was great, playing with my friends, beating their ass and knocking them on stage.
Mario
was-
Wave dashing.
Yeah, wave dashing, that was also fantastic. Having a really good video game remake, that was Resident Evil Remake, playing Geist for the first time and swapping bodies. Actually having some decent third-party support for Nintendo, which back then, I mean, they did have it, but for that, it felt like they capitalized on a lot of titles, like from Capcom or other companies. I thoroughly enjoyed the GameCube. Like I said, it has a lot of good memories with it, playing all the various exclusives on it, and I think, a lot of characters came out of that, Metroid Prime came out of that, a lot of things to remember.
I think it was at my friend's because he had Ocarina of Time Master Quest on there.
Mhm.
I think it was going down that fucking well in the village the first time in Master Quest.
Oh god.
That shit was horrifying.
Man, doing a final smash on, like, my friends with fucking Samus, that shit was great.
They
got
got brawl though?
I don't know. Like, I don't really remember much from my Smash experience. All I remember is that I just beat everyone's ass when I played that game. Also, WrestleMania, like, X8 was a great game. Just jumping off, like, cages and stuff. That stuff really, like, makes me happy.
Oh, so you're saying, Red, that you didn't go Fox only, no items, Final Destination?
No. I really
party
didn't like
game.
playing with Star Fox, to be honest.
Luigi main here, loud and proud.
Yeah, there you go.
What was it? Me getting trolled on one of my birthdays because I wanted Paper Mario Thousand Year Door so bad. My parents trolled me by putting a bunch of fucking tidy whities in a box.
What?
Okay. Let me explain the story. Apparently, like, they gave me a box. They said, "Happy birthday." I was thinking that it was going to be something nice. Open it up. Fucking tidy whities that weren't even mine. I was like, "Are you fucking?" I kind of looked at them and I'm like, "Are you fucking for real?"
And
But
those
then
sound like
when
bad parents.
No, but then I looked at the bottom. They told me to look at the bottom, which I did, and it was Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and I was like, "Yeah." I remember spending all my countless hours playing that game and getting super salty at the final boss. Now that I'm an adult, it's easy now.
Also, winning a Soul Calibur 2 tournament with Link, that was hype back then. Because I did not know how to use that character. I was like, I'm just kind of mashing buttons here. And I won. I was like, okay, I can deal with that.
Question,
Yeah.
Ren, did you spam the thing in the beginning, like on the loading screen, where you said, like...
Yes, I did, because the screen was like so annoying, and people didn't like it. So I just kept doing it to piss them off, really.
He's like, it's great.
Getting all 120 shines in Sunshine was probably like the biggest achievement I can remember on the game.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Another proud moment. Completing the pretty much the final countdown in fucking Mario Kart Double Dash, while pretending to be sick so I wouldn't go to fucking church so I could fucking play it. This was back when my mother would take me to church, and it's like I'm sick, I can't go. Cough, cough, cough. Like, okay, so it's basically all the fucking stages mirrored.
Yeah. Probably.
And I actually got the gold card, which made me fucking happy.
Probably the biggest accomplishment I had in the GameCube was getting all the bottle caps in RE4, mainly because it was a pain to do on the controller.
Oh, I forgot to do that in RE4.
Oh, Mario Kart, hitting someone with the red shell and seeing how pissed they get gradually over time.
Everyone just throw red shells at them.
Better yet, you're so close to winning, then someone uses a fucking chain chomp and win.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst shit ever.
Mario.
Oh yeah, another good accomplishment I had was
Mario.
getting up. What?
I was just gonna say Mario Party just destroys a lot of friendships.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
But like another good accomplishment I had was getting 100% scans and everything in Metroid Prime 1 and 2 as well.
You know what else is the one that made me really salty as a person?
What?
The Chuckster stages, or Chuckster stage in Mario Sunshine. Fuck that stage.
What is so bad about them?
You try to angle it right, but they throw you off the fucking map.
I can't even remember that stage.
It's in the fucking Pianta village, and you have to get to it just to get the shine without flood either. And they have to chuck you, and it's like, oh, we overshot you. You died. Or, hey, you hit a wall. Oh, what's that? You fell through the platform? Well, fuck you.
The hardest thing that I had to go through with Sunshine was just getting all the damn blue coins.
I never did that. Because I didn't care about collecting things as a kid.
Oh, there was that one stage too that really pissed me off, where you had to steer the leaf, like a leaf is a boat, and you're on like a poison water sort of thing. So you had to drive the leaf and get the red coins.
Oh, another one, the pachinko machine.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, fuck you, Konami. Fuck you.
Hey, it wasn't Konami. No,
well,
what was sad though is like you try to do the fucking thing and it will throw you off the edge.
I'm blaming Konami anyway.
Fuck Konami. Hashtag fuck Konami.
Yeah.
I couldn't think back then. Whenever I thought of pachinko, all I could think of was The Price is Right.
The price is wrong, bitch.
You know, I think I can find the appropriate sound for that.
I've got a really dumb one in regards to like GameCube memories, because I fell for the old internet rumor that you could unlock Sonic the Hedgehog in Super Smash Bros. Melee because I was a dumb kid. And I think, what's up?
Wasn't it the rumor like you had to beat like Brutal Melee like 100 times or something?
I think it was you had to beat 100-man Melee on Brutal, and then you had to shoot all the names in the credits. And I did that, and it didn't unlock Sonic. And I was just like, oh, well, I'm a disappointed child now.
Oh, like were you the kind of child who tried to unlock the Triforce in Ocarina of Time too?
I was a very dumb kid.
Wait, you were a dumb kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sums up my experience trying to unlock Sonic the Hedgehog. I think Tails was included in that too. I don't know why I fell for that rumor as a kid.
There's also that rumor that if you beat like Resident Evil 2 like under 2 hours, you would unlock Akuma.
No, fuck no, man. Even I didn't believe that shit.
Best game rumors, man.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat had the worst
entirely.
ones. Yeah, off topic, but you know it's fun.
No.
Or you know that if you beat Ocarina of Time in the speed run, you get laid.
I'm
So
sorry.
it literally pops out of the cartridge and comes in.
I am glad I'm not a stupid kid because this kind of reminds me of an off-topic thing where in RuneScape you had people saying free armor trimming in the wilderness, and in the wilderness PvP was on, so you could just kill you and take your shit.
Oh, we would just take it from them, wait 10 seconds, then log out. Say, see you, nerd.
Man, I'm glad that the only rumors I fell for was trying to get to that fucking truck at the SSN in Pokemon Blue.
Yes.
Hoping to get Mew or Togepi or Peekaboo or some shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like Pokemon Blue. Yeah. Pokemon Sun and Moon, bitch.
Alright, so we can do our outros here. So, Mr. Martin, lead off with the outros, please.
Alright, sure. You can find me on youtube.com/psychorender, twitter.com/psychorender, twitch/psychorender, and you can find me on you can also find me on the Infedamo Syndicate.
Thank you, Mr. Roboto.
You can also follow my new channel, Renegade Operative.
Domo arigato, motherfucker, and it is not. So, my channel is Renegade Operative, and you can find me on Twitter at RentOperative_.
And X videos.
Yeah, and X videos too. If you want to see some BBC, there you go.
You mean Pornhub?
X videos, Pornhub, RedTube, you name it.
X hamster.
Get the fuck out. Next up, Mr. Hades Manticore.
I'm on YouTube, youtube.com/videogamesho. I'm on Twitter, Hades_Manticore. I also have an Ask FM if you ever want to ask me questions for whatever reason. But yeah, that's me.
I almost thought you said Manti whore. I don't know. I'm half a fucking sleep.
Come on, plug yourself.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at Kamasuba.
All right, Drill, plug yourself.
The only thing you can really find me on is Twitter at Drillbit777.
Yes, Mr. Drill Beat. All right, let's see here. Levy, plug yourself.
I don't swing that way, sir.
We're not talking about that way.
But plug yourself.
Knucklehead.
See, now he's talking about that way. What the fuck?
God damn it.
Starts with the porn sites and then comes
You see, I'm a bad influence on these poor individuals.
Yes, you are.
My channel is bootyoverlord.com. No, it's Leviosh, man. Everywhere from Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere you'll find.
It also
me
goes by Pussy Destroy 69. You can find me there too.
Excuse me, sir. That is Thought Destroyer.
Be gone,
I
Paul.
pull up my bazooka and blow them away.
Oh my god.
All right, so hope you crazy people enjoyed this crazy podcast, and we will see you guys later. Take care.
I'm gonna Crash Bandicoot out of here.
I'm gonna.
Wow.
I'm gonna go fuck
Spin out,
Nintendo.
bitch. What the fuck?